What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host Josh, and we are back with a match preview of the upcoming match between Borussia Dortmund and Cologne after the cup ties on the weekend, which both teams were successful. They get back to the Bundesliga this weekend, and we're going to hopefully see Dortmund get back to their winning streak and keep that thing going on so they can beat Bayern for the title. So if you guys are excited for this preview, be sure to drop a like, drop a sub as well. We may or may not be doing the watch along this weekend. I'm not entirely sure. It depends. So make sure that your bell notifications, guys, is turned on, and that way if we do the watch along, you'll be notified, you'll be able to join it, and if not, then we will definitely see you afterwards for the 5 takeaways. So let's get into the video now. Alright guys, so after a little midweek Pokal success for both sides, not a success for Bayern, which makes the competition a lot more interesting, as well as seeing Leverkusen get dumped out. The attention is heading back to the Bundesliga, and we're going to take a look at this little matchup right now, starting with the history. In the last 5 matches, these two sides have met each other. Dortmund has won 3 times, they drew once, and they lost once. But it's interesting to note that Cologne got the better of Dortmund last season, winning one of those matches and drawing one of those matches. So Cologne's on a bit of a hot streak right now against Dortmund, and Dortmund's going to have to get back to winning ways against them. In the recent form between the two sides, Dortmund is 4-0-1 in their last 5, while Cologne is 2-2-1. So relatively decent records. I mean, Cologne's overachieving so far in my eyes, showing that they might not even be in the relegation battle this season, but be towards the top half of the table rather than the bottom. Now, guys, it's time to move on over to my predicted starting 11. And I kind of have a feeling Marco Rose may go back to the 4-2-3-1, which terrifies me because, like I said, I've been 3-4 weeks now of me saying that this team needs an identity, it needs a shape, and this is a good opportunity. You're the home side, whether you think that the 3-4-2-1 is the most ideal system ever to use. I know that you're going to have to use other systems, but I still think this is the one that the guys are playing the most comfortable with and should keep riding out. So that is the system I'm going to go with. Like I said, it could be the 4-2-3-1. He could try to go back, but just giving our personnel, giving our strength, this system is it for me. Starting goal, we have Gregor Kobel. I think that he's going to be back. He's going to be healthy, and he's going to be good to go, which is fantastic. After seeing him get subbed off at halftime and then giving hits the Pokal as well. At right wing back, I have Thomas Meunier. This position is wide open, but I got Meunier just nipping it right now. The 3 center backs, on the outside right center back, we got Emre Can. Central center back, we got Mats Hummels, yes, playing centrally. And the left outside center back is going to be Akanji, with left wing back being Thorgan Hazard. Very important role for him to play, and I expect him to take it up. The 2 center mids are going to be interesting ones, but I'm going to go with Witsel, and I'm going to go with Bellingham. Bellingham obviously having the license to go forward, while Witsel gets to drop back. The 2 center attacking mids is going to be Brandt and Royce, and the striker will be Daniel Mullins. So no Wolf today. It was very hard for me to drop him out, but I feel like this is the system to go with so far. For Dortmund, you have your 2 floating cams. Brandt's in incredible form. You have to get Mullin back there because he's supposed to be your guy. He's supposed to be the striker to be able to get the goals and get the job done. The 2 center mids, I mean, you could arguably make it a little bit more attacking and put Brandt in there and then put maybe Thorgan Hazard up and get Wolf on. There's a couple different ways you could do it, but this is how I'm predicting it, getting it done. Now, guys, we're heading on over to our key matchups. The first key matchup is Anthony Modeste, who's come back and has been an absolute weapon up front for Cologne this season. He's been a great goal-scoring for him, and I'm going to match him up with Mats Hummels. Mats Hummels, someone who my eye has been on the last few weeks, especially seeing him being in a back 3 on the outside, and then he gets put centrally again. He's had an iffy time against Ajax, but he's been relatively sturdy in the Bundesliga this season, so I think that'll be a nice little matchup there. I think some aerial presence is going to definitely be an effect for Anthony Modeste, as he's going to try to get on some headers, and it's going to be up to Mats Hummels in the middle of the back 3 to keep Modeste at bay, because if this Cologne team is going to strike, it's going to be through him. The second key matchup is going to be the skipper for Cologne, Jonas Hector, who's going to be playing at left back. Presumably, Cologne's probably going to play their 4-1-3-2 that they've been playing, potentially a 4-2-3-1. Either way, I see Jonas Hector playing at left back. I'm going to match him up with Thomas Meunier. As I stated a little bit earlier, that right wing back position could be really up for grabs, especially when Guerrero comes back and takes that left wing back position. It's got Meunier, you got Wolf, and of course now you got Hazard, who could potentially slip over there as well. So Meunier needs to get the job done, and he's going to have the good competition today against a fullback who I rate very highly in Jonas Hector. It'll be a battle. I think those overlapping runs will be very important in trying to break down this Cologne defense. Quality ball, something that we usually try to relate with Meunier when it's talking about him having a good day. It's usually when he can get those runs and get those quality balls in for our main men, our main strikers up front. So that'll be another key matchup I want to keep a special eye on to see if Meunier can get the better of Jonas Hector, or Jonas Hector can keep him at bay. So with all that being said, guys, be sure to let me know what you guys think about the starting 11, if you agree with it, if you disagree with it, if there's any key matchups that you think that should have been mentioned that weren't. And of course, right down below, give your score predictions. I'm going to give mine. And I think being the home side, getting that clean sheet in the Pokal, which was fantastic. I think it's time to move on and get it back in the Bundesliga, and I think it's time. I do think it's time. I'm going to predict a 2-0 victory for Borussia Dortmund. I'm fairly comfortable with it, but you never know. That clean sheet doesn't seem to want to come anytime soon in the Bundesliga, so we'll have to see if they can get it done. So guys, if you did enjoy this preview, be sure to drop a like, drop a sub as well. As you guys can see, we're getting very close to 6,000. Make sure that notification bell is on so you will know if the watch along is going to go ahead as planned this Saturday, or if you'll just have to tune in for the 5 takeaways afterwards. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheers, friends.